legal systems. Home rule is democracy. Rule by private business is corporatism or fascism. It is our inalienable right to defend our health where we live. Businesses have the right to make money, but not at the expense of our health and welfare of local communities. Who will take precautions for our health? Will huge transnational pesticide companies? Will the federal commissions such as the EPA? They are run by those companies. These agencies are wolves in sheep's clothing. Thank you for standing up for the right to protect ourselves and our land. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was on the testifier. Thank you.
Okay, let me know if that changes. Paola,
Okay, thank you.
bring up 2 more testifiers, please.
Okay, first is Joyce Alberto Poleno, who will be speaking in support of resolutions 288, 287, 272, 290, 291, 294, and 295. Following her will be Jane Wakefield, speaking in support of resolutions 272, 286, 287, and 289.
Oh, okay. My name is Joyce Alberto Polena. Good morning, Madam Chairman, members of the council, members of the public. And thank you for the opportunity to have our video conferencing from Pahoa continuing. We're very happy with it, and we thank Kimmy Lee for her very efficient handling here. 272-14, there's a lot of testimony about this resolution. I'm absolutely in support of this resolution. Anything and everything that we need to do to counteract the state of Honolulu, as we refer to it, trying to undermine, trying to cut our home rule needs to be cut down. Please support this resolution. I absolutely consider that every council member unanimously, this council needs to support this reso. I would consider that any council person that doesn't support this represent me. Okay, now going up to 290, 68 urges the state to provide emergency medical services for Puna and North Kona. Our 2 districts, other districts, have been underfunded in this area. We need, especially in our rural areas, more emergency funding. Thank you. Please support Resolution 288. 290. In my opinion, the nation of Hawaii was taken many decades ago. And it was actually illegal in this territory to speak Hawaiian. And children were told shameful in school to speak Hawaiian. So I think that this resolution 291 incorporates a few Hawaiian words to the language of the Council of Hawaii to be supported. Again, I'm going to say unanimously. We're going on to 294. Hey, I have a question about 294 and 295 put together. For these resos, my question is that, and you council members take that discussion. And I just point that these 2 resos forward to protect the councilwoman for her untiring efforts to defend and support public health and safety. The questions are this. Why does one tanker or one $7,000 per month? 294. You compare it to 295. As I read it, our truck, an estimated cost of not more than $23,000 per month. So That's 3 times as much as one truck. So please answer this question. Thank you. It's 291. I think I covered them all, didn't I? There's different things. 290, 291. And again, I have to thank, I know but we feel in Puna that we're served by the absence of our in
Ms.
here.
Molina?
We understand.
Ms. Molina, I'm going to ask the
We
town.
are,
Wait, I'm going to ask, Ms.
yeah.
Molina, I'm going to ask Kimmy if she could back your time up on this one a little bit. We were having a hard time understanding you. I'm not sure if you could just speak more directly into the mic or whether there's a transmission problem, but we'd like you to start over on this
Oh, well.
last part of your testimony, please.
Which last part of my testimony?
Just back up to the beginning of this, I'm not sure which reso you're on, but. Madam Chair.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just mention the resos and I'll say yes to everything. Would that clear it up for you?
Oh, hang on, Ms. Floyd has
Madam
a
Chair.
PowerPoint.
I really did want to hear Ms. Felina's comments about the fire department getting the tanker and the fire trucks, and that was breaking up, so I'd like her to start again on that, being very close to the mic.
Here. Did you hear that?
I heard you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, reso 294-14 and 295-14. I support these resos, and I have a question. I have a comment question here. In 294, the estimated cost of one 5-year lease agreement for one truck is $7,000 per month. Okay. However, when you compare it with the estimated cost of 2 fire trucks in Resolution 295 for the same amount of time, 5-year lease agreement, the estimated cost is not more than $23,500 per month. That's 3 times, plus a little bit, the cost of one truck. And why is this? And please include that in your discussion, council members, the answer to my question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that all you wanted to have clear?
Did you have another item to testify on?
I don't think so, but again, I want to thank the county for providing the service because we feel we're underserved, that we don't have our satellite office open yet. We understand the red tape, spoken to David Yamamoto in buildings, and a very nice person, and we thank him for his time. We also thank the county for at least providing this service. It's a much needed service. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you bring forward 2 more testifiers, please?
We have Jane White. Jane.
Testimony now?
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
This is Jane Whitefield, and I am in support of all the resolutions that I'm going to talk about. I've lived here for almost 20 years, and I'd like to see us have home rule. I went to school in Iowa, and I saw what Monsanto did to the Midwest, and I certainly don't want anything like that to happen here. We want to be responsible for our future, so that will support home rule. On 272, we want to control our destiny here, and we say no to Monsanto. We thank Margaret Willey for her work on the GMO bill. And I go on to Resolution 286, which is the threat of the little fire ant on all islands. And this program will have a pilot program and will investigate different chemicals. And if you don't have little fire ants on your property, you don't know what a terror it is. They invade everything, and they're extremely hard to get rid of. Because they reside in the trees and they fall on your head when you're walking around. Resolution 287, I'm a volunteer for the Pahoa Library, and this is to appropriate funds for the feasibility study for the proposed regional library in Puna district. And there's $350,000 allotted, and I definitely support this. And then 288 is for the medical services, which many people have talked about. I think one of the things that's very important that people may not realize is this is a very rural area, and we're spread out, so we need to have more vehicles that are available. And 289, this will appropriate $5 million to manage hazardous trees. And I'm sure in Hilo you don't have the problem that we have, and in other areas on the island, but we have alvesias which can grow 30 feet in like a little over a year. And this is very important. They hang over our houses, our roadways, and it's very important that this money is allotted to that. Thank you very much for listening to me today, and please help us be responsible for our future by supporting all these resolutions. Thank you.
The next two testifiers, please.
And if I didn't say it, I support home rule.
Yeah.
Okay, our next two testifiers is Katarina Hilo, speaking in support of Resolution 272. Following her will be Kenneth R. Hunt, also speaking in support of Resolution 272.
Aloha, Madam Chair and council members. Before I go on to 272-14, I would just like to mention the other bills. 289-15 Albizia, you know, if you do pass that one, please try not to use herbicides. If you need to get rid of the fire ants, please try not to use pesticides. If we can find sustainable ways to manage the problems, they are out there, and we can research them and take care of the land in a proper way. 287 for the library, yes, please. Supporting 288, supporting 290 and 291 and 296 for Hawaiian languages. So 272-14, we definitely need home rule. This community has been clear about the GMO issue, even though there has been controversy, but we have been pretty clear that we want GMO control, we want geothermal control. So we can't all travel to Honolulu to voice the same concerns again. We can't be doing this over and over and over again when the government should be doing our job for us. Listen to our voice and do what we want here. We want our health and safety and rights protected. This is not really much to ask for. We want our health, safety, and rights protected, okay? So we want home rule. So I'm really surprised that the county has actually supported Senate Bill 2663 going on right now, which effectively kills the home rule when it comes to geothermal permitting. And basically preempts all the bills that we have been working so hard on the council level. I'm so grateful for this county council who have voted the GMO bill and the fracking ban. I really am. I mean, thank you for hearing us out. So please protect our voices and protect your jobs as well. Thank you so much. Aloha.
Madam Chairman, my name is Kenneth Hunt. I appreciate the opportunity to spend a few minutes. I am definitely in full support of Resolution 272. In fact, I do not think it goes far enough. I do appreciate the hard work that this board has put into this. And quite honestly, listening to the different things that were on the agenda today, it's very clear that it does not go far enough because it does not address the real issue. And the real issue is Dillon rule. This perception that we have home rule is not correct. We do not have home rule. The fact is, Dillon rule was set up in such a way to basically disengage the community from being responsible for their own needs and wants, and pushing that into the state level, and the state pushing that into the federal, except the federal was dictating down to the state, and the state dictates down to the lower level of county government. So if anything, I encourage this council to definitely pass this resolution, but also look at the big picture and examine the different laws that basically give state authority over the county and challenge each and every one of those points. To help the county in this process, I am part of a core group member of a group that you're going to be hearing more about in the next few months. It is Community Rights Coalition, and you can find that presence on Facebook. And we're going to set and help pass a charter amendment. We're going to get the 10,000 plus signatures so the county understands we stand behind them, because we stand behind our own needs to be in charge of our lives, and not to have to wait for the state to make decisions on fire ants, which quite honestly, as an example, should have been done years ago, or the albizia issue, which by my comment, you might agree that I do support taking actions in both of those areas. And yes, by all means, if at all possible, let's do it in an organic manner. So I do trust that the commission will show that they are servants of the people, and they will vote for this resolution. Now, in case it might be confusing, this is not about NIMBY. I served on the Affordable Housing Commission as well as the Planning Commission in Collier County back in the 90s, so I understand what NIMBY is. This is about taking steps, though, to ensure that the people's interest collectively is being protected. So I do encourage you to pass this resolution, and I thank you.
Thank you. Are there more testimonies?
Just 9:30, sir, our final two testifiers. First, we have Steve Sparks, speaking in support of resolutions 287, 272, and 288. And following him is Andrea Rosano, also speaking in support of resolutions 272, 287, and 288.
Hello, Council. Thank you for being here today and letting us testify. First thing I want to talk about is the Regional Library in Puna, and as your bill 28714. I support this strongly. I'm also a member of the Friends of the Library here, and we do a lot of work, and we have the second largest library used in the county, and we need a regional library. It was proposed for KL 2 years ago, and it was put down, so now we need one for Puna. We have 14,000 people go through our library every month. We have a lot of people take books out. We have a lot of transportation problems. We have parking problems. We need a new regional library. As far as Bill 288, we need another ambulance. If you have an accident in Seaview, it takes you an hour and 10 minutes to get to the hospital. Because if the ambulance has to come from Hilo, it takes that ambulance 2 hours. An hour and 10 minutes to get to you, and an hour and 10 minutes to get back. We have one ambulance in our fire department here. We need another one. I support Resolution 28814. And Resolution 27214, they're calling it the home rule. I feel that it's a re-emphasizing how we stand on the GMO and the organic farming processes. We should be able to decide what we want in our community. That's why it's become a home rule. There's a lot of things we want that the state is trying to take away. The state would love to just run our county for us, you guys could be out of work, right? The mayor could be out of work, we could just only have the fire department and the police department and everything else they can do from Oahu. But we have to stand up for ourselves. We know what's going on here. I went to the opening of the legislature, talked to representatives from other places. They don't have a clue what we're doing out here. They've never been here. And please, keep standing up for us. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Andrea Rosanoff, and I live in Pahoa, and I'm here to support Resolution 272-14 and 287-14 and 288-14, and thank you so much for hearing us. First of all, I'll start with 272-14. Counties in Hawaii need to have a major input into agricultural matters affecting their islands, because Hawaii is such a unique agricultural landscape, having several niches snuggled in among one another, closely with each other on each island. A one-size-fits-all approach to agriculture in Hawaii is absolutely not appropriate. And getting input from local farmers and local citizenry on agricultural decisions is absolutely the best way to proceed. And so I am in favor of Resolution 272-14. I am not against the state agriculture department setting ground rules for certain things, but counties need to not be impacted negatively on going higher in their standards for their own micro niches that they're responsible for. Because remember that our agricultural affects our marine environment, it also affects our soil, it affects our future productivity, and of course we have to integrate this all in with remaining a tourist location that people want to come to and feel comfortable in and have a wonderful time in. Citizens locally, they drive the road. Farmers locally, they drive the roads. They are living in the area, and their input is priceless in good legislation that's going to serve the entire community. Steve and I went over to Honolulu recently, and it cost us $160 a piece to get over there. You know, the state is not going to be able to take in Hawaii local testimony to the degree they're going to need to have a really good agricultural policy, and that's why I am in support of Resolution 272-14. Now I'm going to go on to the library, the regional library. I was delighted to see this resolution. Thank you, Councilman Gregor Ilgon. I think that as you go forward on this, for regional library, and you look at the numbers, and you look at the geography, and you see the growth in the different areas in Hawaii, you will see what a logical resolution 287-14 is. To think seriously about putting a regional library out here in Pahoa is really a good idea. And now I'll go into 288-14. Of course, we need to have at least one more ambulance out here, and I'm sure that North Puna does too. This is an aging population, and it's a growing population, and we need to be able to keep up with the medical emergency needs of the community. Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you very much. Any of the other sites? And we have one here in Columbus, so I'm going to move on to the order of business for today. Since we've had so many people test.
Just
sorry.
one, real quick.
Okay, I do have one testifier here in Kona, Karen Marks.
Hello? Okay, thank you. I turned in my slip rolling. Just wanted to clarify that I have some more information about what the testifier said before about Mr. Onishi sending in testimony in the name of the council. He did not. He submitted testimony on his own letterhead in his name, but when Chair Malama Solomon mentioned it, she said that there's testimony from the Hawaii County Council. Excuse me, I'm out of breath on it. So I just wanted to clarify that for everybody so it doesn't go into a thing. Mahalo.
Thank you very much, Karen.
Ms. Ford, did you have a, thank you, Madam Chair. It's my suggestion